It's not just the initial pass, it's the extra pass, and oftentimes they make the right pass.
Here is Edwards. Edwards dishing to McDaniels, off to Conley, 4 to shoot. Conley with 2 to shoot. McDaniels, and Gobert just floats it in time.
But that's the improvement from last year to this year, I think, in the Golden State defense. With this personnel, they do such a better job of containing the ball and staying in front of it.
That time Wiggins coughs it up. Conley will shovel to Randall for the throwdown. Meanwhile, just to go back to that starting lineup change for Golden State. So Kuminga gets the start tonight after a career-high 33 last night. And Steve Kerr told us before the game, Jay, look, Kuminga is a 4 as Wiggins hits that jumper. And Draymond Green is all in favor of giving Kuminga this opportunity and coming off the bench.
Well, Draymond Green coming back after missing a couple of games. But he's the biggest cheerleader for Jonathan Kuminga. They really want him confident, and I think that's one of the reasons Steve Kerr has him in the starting lineup, is to keep him confident after that 33-point outburst against Houston last night. They don't win the game without him. He was awesome last night.
Green applauds Wiggins, who also played a big role in last night's win. Wiggins 2 for 2 to start tonight, an 8-4 lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, Wiggins was 3 of 4 from three-point range last night at 23 points, 9 rebounds, and a couple of steals. He was outstanding.
Having a big year. Looney deflects it. Gobert, like he got hit on the ear. Here's Kuminga. That's where he likes to do his work, but Randall did a nice job to defend him without fouling. Conley a 3 is good.
My cover corner defensively. It's not like he's going to, strip the ball from you every time, but he's so smart defensively.
I like that analogy, right? He may not have the most interceptions at the end of the year, but he's also not giving up games to 100-yard receivers.
Yeah.
But the shooting struggles have been immense for Brandon Podziemski in his sophomore season, just 21% from 3 thus far. McDaniels with the answer.
And those are the shots that Minnesota's going to have to hit, because you're going to see a lot of attention going to Anthony Edwards, and rightfully so. He's one of the best scorers in the game.
Edwards averaging a career-high 26 as Kuminga.
He elevating over Rudy Gobert, who switched off on that little ball screen action on the right side. But Kuminga is so talented.
Warriors hoping to build off of the performance last night from Kuminga, because he has shown flashes at times, but there hasn't been a consistent run of production yet in his young career. Wiggins fighting off that cover corner. Conley
Decelerated.
Warriors 6 for 7 to start this game. Edwards drops it in. Some pretty good shot making to start this game, Jay.
Well, it's just great shot making in the NBA period.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure there are very many better off the dribble, shooting off the dribble, than Anthony Edwards, especially from 3. I mean, 2/3 of his threes come off the dribble.
On pace for one of the top seasons ever when it comes to off the dribble threes.
Julius Randle was holding Kuminga off as soon as he crossed half court, trying to keep him on top.
Able to do it and get the whistle.
Things break down, you can get it into his hands, and he can go get one.
I thought it was interesting talking with Chris Finch about utilizing Julius Randle, and Finch familiar with Randle and coaching him because he had him in New Orleans when he was an assistant there. And he said the thing that excites him most is Randle's playmaking. He's like, look, he's a really good passer, and I'm just encouraging him to make those decisions quicker in our offense. Sometimes he can fight wanting to be an ISO scorer a little bit, but then he also brought up what you just said, Jay. And you know what? It is useful to have a guy who can just go get you a bucket when a possession breaks down.
Yeah, I think he called it an on-demand scoring threat.
Yes.
You need it on demand, he can go get it. But his playmaking is really best, I think, in the middle of the floor, like around the top of the key area, and that's where he needs to be really decisive.
Kuminga can't hit that three. 15-14. Warriors in front. First quarter action. Edwards pull up. That one's short. Rebound knocked out of bounds by Trace Jackson-Davis.
A big smile on his face. Jonathan Kuminga told me it's kind of funny because we can just talk about everything, and he can make it light by making
Looney
me smile.
deflects it. Gobert. Really good stuff, Monica.
Like
and what a perfect guy to talk to is McDaniels.
Here's
hits the
Kuminga.
three. By the way, that's where he likes to do his work.
Break,
but Randall did a nice job.
Oh my goodness, 2 points have been taken
The
off the board.
well,
Well,
yes, they have. The Rudy Gobert floater that
Conley
just beat the shot clock did not, in fact, beat the shot clock. Was taken off the board as Moody can't hit the three. But you think about a player like Kevon Looney, to Monica's story,
the ball from you every
he was someone who
time, but
battled
he's so
injuries,
smart
was not a rotation player.
I like that
Edwards
analogy, right?
He didn't have the most interceptions at the end of the year, but receivers.
Then became a key starter, all while having success in this league. Then adjusted back to the bench.
Have been
Now back in the starting lineup. So what a perfect resource for Kuminga.
And he's willing to do whatever it takes for his team to win. You know, he's not worried about his role. He's going to play whatever role makes his team win. And when you think about what Kevon Looney does for the Warriors since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, he gets you extra possessions, one of the best offensive rebounders in the league, close to 4 offensive rebounds a game. That's 5th in the NBA. Sets great screens.
And Steve Kerr will say one of the just overall best attitudes and energies of any player he's ever coached.
Well, selfless is contagious too.
Yeah, that's right. Just a dynamite teammate. Here's Pajemski, lobbing it up and on because
you talk about changing pace. Everybody thinks it means going faster. A lot of times it means slowing down. Good extra pass.
Alexander Walker can't hit the three. Here comes Pajemski. Shoveling to Moody. Swing it around, Wiggins. Back ironing off, and the rebound out of bounds off of Minnesota. Their 12-player rotation used a lot more depth than in the past, and Steve Kerr said it has provided him with more challenges trying to come up with the right combinations. Reed in the corner, no.
What a job by Pajemski to guard Julius Randle in low post.
And then Green, who did not play last night, back in there today. Steve Kerr also told us he liked the idea of Draymond's defense coming off the bench as well, with the Kuminga move to the starting lineup as Reed soars in for the slam.
It's just a different dynamic coming off the bench. A lot of guys you talk about, oh, he brings some firepower coming off the bench. You can get in a rhythm in a game in different ways, and people think that getting in a rhythm means offense. You can get in a defensive rhythm too.
Green buries the three. Shot it plus 40% last season, and shooting it well to begin this season as well. Over 40% entering tonight. Steph Curry loving it from the bench. Randall can't hit. Rebound flag down by Green, lost his footing, and DiVincenzo takes advantage.
Yeah, Green's still down. You hope he's all right.
Now gets back to his feet. Tied at 21. Warriors snapped a 5-game losing streak last night. Minnesota has won 3 straight after dropping 4 in a row. Edwards the initial strip. Jackson-Davis can't hook it in.
And those are plays that Trace Jackson-Davis has to finish around the basket.
Pajemski knocked it off Edwards. He's able to save it. Here's Alexander Walker. He got it.
Nikhil, and yet he's impactful on every minute he's on the floor.
And if we want to go analytical, he's top 5 as an individual defender against ball screens. Green, not that time. Jackson-Davis keeps it alive. Pajemski in and out. And Edwards the rebound. Chris Finch will take a timeout. Minnesota, a 2-point lead.